Hello, friends, I am an AI-based GST advisor here for your assistance regarding invoicing under GST. Its features, applicability, and how to generate e-invoice. E-invoicing, or electronic invoicing, is a system where invoices are generated by the taxpayers and are reported to a designated invoice registration portal (IRP). When an invoice is successfully authenticated, a unique invoice reference number, or IRN, is generated by IRP. Along with the IRN, each invoice is digitally signed and marked with a QR code. This ensures a seamless exchange of invoice data between suppliers and buyers in a uniform structured digital format. Applicability of e-invoices was introduced from 1st October 2020 for taxpayers with annual aggregate turnover above Rs 500 crore. This limit was reduced in a phase-wise manner to annual turnover of above Rs 5 crore presently. E-invoicing includes invoices, credit notes, and debit notes. These documents must be reported when issued for B2B transactions or for exports. The types of supplies currently covered under e-invoicing include supplies to registered persons, supplies to SEZs, exports, deemed exports. The GST e-invoice registration process is simple. Taxpayers registered on the e-way bill portal can log in to the e-invoice system at einvoice1.gst.gov.in using the same credentials. The first time GSTIN can register is by clicking on the Portal Login under Registration in the header menu. Then the user will be redirected to the e-invoice registration form. After filling in all the details and OTP verification, the user is prompted to create a username and a password, which must be re-entered for confirmation. Clicking Save completes the process, allowing the user to log into the e-invoice system with the new credentials. This process may vary slightly for different IRPs. Once registered with IRP, you can manually upload your e-invoices on IRP or integrate your IT system with the APIs of the e-invoice system so that IRNs can be generated directly without any manual intervention. Let's look into the process that one needs to follow if his entity is required to generate an e-invoice. You make your invoice using your usual accounting, billing, or ERP systems as usual. Once the invoice is ready, it needs to be reported to the Invoice Registration Portal (IRP). This can be done through various modes, including API-based integration, offline utilities, or other means provided by the IRP. The IRP gives your invoice a unique IRN, digitally signing it, and adding a QR code. Now this invoice can be issued by the supplier to the receiver. To facilitate invoicing, the GSTN has developed a standard e-invoice document in JSON format known as schema. This format ensures that the e-invoice is machine-readable and interoperable, allowing different systems like Tally, SAP, and others to read, understand, and process the invoice easily. But wait, not all sectors and entities are required to follow the e-invoicing mandate. Here are the entities exempt from e-invoicing: special economic zones, insurers, banking companies or financial institutions, including non-banking financial companies, goods transport agencies supplying services related to the transportation of goods by road, suppliers of passenger transportation services, suppliers of services for admission to exhibitions of cinematographic films in multiplex screens, government departments, local authorities. It's important to understand that these exemptions are specific to the entities themselves, not the nature of the supply or transaction. Additionally, e-invoicing is not required for nil-rated or wholly exempt supplies. In such cases, a bill of supply is issued instead of a tax invoice. Let's talk about the benefits of e-invoicing. One-time reporting of B2B invoice data reduces the need for multiple entries. B2B details are automatically captured in GSTR1 returns, saving time and effort. E-way bills can be generated using e-invoice data, streamlining logistics. Simplifies input credit verification, reducing discrepancies. A complete trail of B2B invoices helps in reducing tax evasion by ensuring system-level matching of input credit and output tax. Ensures the authenticity of invoices, thereby eliminating fake invoicing practices. Auto-drafting of HSN data into Table 12 of GSTR1 based on e-invoice data. A chart of the month-wise IRN, invoice reference number, count is available. The front office portal of e-invoicing is also available in Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati and Tamil. All these perks boost your business efficiency and ensure better compliance. To verify an e-invoice, you can upload the signed JSON file or the QR code string to the e-invoice system at the designated portal or Verify QR Code mobile app. The QR code on an e-invoice contains the following key particulars: GSTN of the supplier, GSTN of the recipient, invoice number as given by the supplier, date of generation of the invoice, invoice value, taxable value and gross tax, number of line items, HSN code of the main item, unique IRN, invoice reference number and IRN generation date. Amendments to invoices cannot be made on the IRP itself. Any changes in the invoice details reported to the IRP must be carried out on the GST portal while filing GSTR1. If GSTR1 has already been filed, amendments can still be made using the amendment mechanism provided under GST, but these changes will be flagged to the proper officer for information. Cancellation of invoices is possible, but with restrictions. The cancellation request can be initiated through the Cancel API within 24 hours from the time the invoice was reported to the IRP. However, if the connected e-way bill is active or verified by an officer during transit, the cancellation of the IRN will not be permitted. In the case of a cancelled IRN, the status should be updated in GSTR1 as well. Invoicing under GST is transforming how businesses handle their invoicing, bringing in a new era of digital efficiency and transparency. By understanding and adopting this system, businesses can ensure compliance while reaping the benefits of streamlined operations. Stay informed, stay compliant, and embrace the digital revolution in GST.